It's the Pampered Stamper, and I have finally gotten my masks. Rachel will focus in on here. And the one I was really waiting for is this brick wall one. I had all kinds of ideas for it, but I really wanted to pair it with either the wine or with coffee, because those are my favorite things, wine and coffee. But some of you might not know that I grew up on a farm, and the farmhouse was a gorgeous brick, and it had this reddish color. And I wanted to recreate it, and I'm really proud because I did. And what I did was I took the, whatchamacallit, it is, oh my goodness, my eyes are going on me too. It's called Embossing Paste. And what you want to do is open the thing up and then save these little containers that our buttons and stuff come in and our embellishments, because they come in really handy. So what I did was I took my biggest palette knife and just scooped a little bit. You don't want to waste it, right? I'm all about not wasting. Then I'm separating it a little bit. And what I did was I took a couple drops of Cajun Craze. Actually, for this little amount, just one drop. One drop of Cajun Craze. And I want to get that rusty colored look of old farmhouses. And then I took this long skinny palette knife and I just mixed it in a little bit. See? And it's actually a little darker than I like because I was too chintzy. So then you just take a little bit more white and mix it. Okay, so I have that. And then with the rest of it, I want it, you'll see here, it's kind of two-tone. So I'm taking a drop of early espresso because bricks are never all one tone. So I want this to be real. And this is such fun. Like, you're really playing. It's, oh yeah, there it comes. You just kind of mix it. The guy that does our brickwork, the mortar guy, would probably laugh. But so then you want to go back. You don't want to use this skinny little thing. You want to use the big one, because it's got a big flat surface. So, and Rachel can show you, my table is a disaster. I've been playing all day with a couple of appointments in between. So you just lay the mask down and then you take this stuff and you smear it like thinly. And I found that I like to kind of do it on an angle and then leave a bit of space exposed where I could put the words. And you can see it's not sticking up at all. And then just leave it. And then I'm taking the other color.
Sticking up?
Yeah, it's not like the paste is not above the mask. I've smeared it in so that it's even. And now I've taken a bit of the dark stuff and I'm just filling in a bit of the gaps just to give it a bit of a two-tone look. There's not an exact science, and you kind of want it to be a little rustic. Okay, and you'll see little bits sticking out. I'm just going to flatten it, smooth it out, and then wipe my extra in here. And then look at this. See? Now, I find that that look is a bit too stark. So I did something really cool because I saw someone else do this, but with our coffee set, I have actually a little bit of coffee in here, like really strong coffee. And I used my aqua painter and I painted coffee, and I'll show you what it looks like in here, in behind. So you can see I just did the bricks like so on that pattern. Then I stamped some words, because you know when you go to a coffee shop, they often have a chalk wall. That was my inspiration here. And then that's just actually just painted with coffee in between to just give it a bit of a dark color. Okay, so the mask can also be used as just a mask for sponging. So here I sponged on Cajun Craze with early espresso. And then I moved it a little bit and sponged again with soft suede, but you can't really tell too much. But I really do love this card. I'm really happy with these masks. It's such fun playing. And then because I grew up on farm, actually I was going to get a picture out, but I don't have it right now. My dad had a truck like this. And so I just wanted that truck kind of parked in front of the wall. And it looks cool. So another way of doing it. And then, let me just show you. Here is the cloud mask. And this is just the white and paste, and I haven't done a thing. And when I did this, I used this palette knife here, the skinny one. And I went dab, dab, dab to give it like a little texture. And I'm really happy with that. And now this one, I did it on watercolor paper, and I just made the background. And then I stamped the clouds, and I sponged white over top with white craft ink, but it didn't turn out that great. So then what I ended up doing was I white embossed over top of it all. And I think it looks pretty good. And then this one is the same idea. I did the white clouds and I'd made them textured, but they kind of got lost on here. And then here's my little mistake. I decided to sponge over it with a little dauber. Like a dauber looks like that. fits on your finger. And I daubed over it with blue, but that didn't look so good. So I actually took a picture and I'll share it later. Then I daubed over it with white craft ink, and that really made the clouds pop. And I really like it. I'll show you the stamp sets that I used, and I haven't even used these two masks, but the masks are just a lot of fun. The embossing paste is a lot of fun. The one thing you have to remember is clean off your palette knives right away when you're done and wash your mask. Because if it, excuse me, I'm getting so excited I can't talk. If it dries, it'll get all hard and it could get wrecked. So these are the sets that I used. I used the half full set with the, oh, guess what? I forgot to show you that card. Just a second, I'm gonna grab it. Rachel can show you my mess. This, if you're really truly creative, this is what your room is gonna look like quite quickly. Now, here is my wine card. How could I forget? Look at this. So, you know, wine bars and stuff often have an exposed brick wall. I kind of like that look, so it really worked. And you see, here's the idea where I was telling you, I kind of do it on an angle. Then I have a spot left for the saying. And then this is the trick where I took a little bit of the fine tip glue and I added a few drops of re-inker to it. Some rich raspberry and some cherry cobbler to get that color. Okay, so the half full, I think Rachel already zoomed in on. I used that set.
Yeah, there's a glitter.
Oh, yeah, it's good. And then I used Country Living, and I used all three of those on the two different cards. Really like that. I wanted to use Heartland, but I haven't yet. That might happen yet. Okay, great set. Is there a glare too? And then this one, the Wherever You Go. Oh, Rachel's she's had enough of me. Here is the postscript. That's a great background stamp. And then I used the Coffee Cafe. And I really like this new birthday set, 5 for All. So that's my video for today. I hope that you learned a few little things. And oh, the truck one, that was another little tip. See the truck, the windows on the truck? When I was watercoloring this, I didn't stay in the lines very well and the windows got kind of ugly. So I blacked them out with a marker. Because really, if you look in a car, you usually can't see in from a distance. So I thought that worked. I don't know if anyone else is familiar with that trick, but I think it's a good one. Worked for me. All right, have a super day. Bye.